Welcome to Season 2 of Work It Bird Sessions, coming to you from Coupe Studios here in Boulder, Colorado. Our show is dedicated to promote talented musicians and introduce them to our audience. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel below, watch any of the most recent or past episodes. Please like us on Facebook and Instagram, and yes, I do tweet now and again, so you'll see me there. Also, you can become a supporter on my Patreon page, and that helps fund this program a bit by either contributing per episode or monthly. So please check it out at patreon.com/workitbirdstudios. I'd like to take a second to thank our current Patreon supporters, Scott Wright and Cliff Mattis, for their contribution to the program. And also, I'd like to introduce a new opportunity for our fans of the show and fans of the artist to be a part of our live studio audience. For a small donation of $20 or more, you get to sit in the control room for the entirety of the program. Email me at workitbirdstudios@gmail.com, and I'll get you set up for that show. Lastly, Coupe Studios is offering a 30% discount on recording sessions, anywhere from recording an EP to a full-length album. Please email info@coupestudios.com. Today we have the Milk Blossoms in the studio from Denver. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Thanks for making it to Boulder, make it to the studio.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah. Let's go around the room and do some introductions.
I'm Harmony.
Hi, Harmony.
I'm Michelle.
Michelle.
I'm Blair.
Blair. All right. So from Denver, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your group, or.
Good question.
Yeah.
Well, we. What would you like to know?
Well, what are we in for today, you think?
Some weirdo pop, some surrealist pop, some experimental stuff.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hopefully, I don't know.
That's great. Well, let's jump right in. First song, what do you have for us?
This song's called Supermoon.
Supermoon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Milk Blossoms from Coupe Studios in Boulder.
At the show in the city, they told us to stay inside, but I was a jackhammer against the marble floor. When we discovered our futures were not the same color. 10 years of mixing paint, we were linseeds into collages, rendered speechless. I found myself glass-dipped. Oh, I just stared up at the supermoon, hoping it had a mouth that would swallow me down like I was a sedative, and I could just float away in the brain of the moon, in the brain of the moon. No, they didn't really want to let me back in, but maybe because the moon was gargantuan. The doorman said he'd try to find you through the mass of people in masks, filtering in and out of rooms, going in and out of rooms. city, I saw you sing, and you glow ate the room like that same supermoon that I was looking out for an answer to. And soon you copied local poems on sticky notes that you wrote down in Spanish too, rolling joints off his warm face, rolling joints off his warm face. I'm an actress in the spotlight, I'm an actress in the spotlight, I'm an actress in the spotlight, I'm an actress in the spotlight. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Nice. Very, very nice. That was great. Loved that. Let's pop right into another song and then get to know you guys a little bit better. Tracks with the horrible lines and played with candle wax landmines. And oh, how quickly I lose my breath. Oh, how my days start those who are deafening this cold plantation sitting in trunks. Driving alone on nothing but disguises and a phone book, and more houses ain't what they could be, nothing like the ones in my body. More houses ain't loud enough for neighbors and scarecrows that call my bluff. Mothers in mats decorate the downfall, and curious to kill the cat that cried the pinball. And yes, my ego crawls into bed. Yes, my skin is noosed up of barricades. This cold plantation sitting in trunks. Driving alone on nothing but disguises and a phone book, and more houses ain't what they could be, nothing like the ones in my body. Whore houses ain't loud enough for neighbors and scarecrows that call my bluff. Oh,
believe in voices. Why else would I be walking back? I must believe in voices. Why else would I be walking back? I must believe in voices. Why else would I be walking back? I must believe in voices. Why else would I be walking back?
Awesome. Very unique. I love that. Yeah. On that note, I did read somewhere about you guys, and it said that Westword said you were a genre-defying trio.
Yeah, it's a high compliment.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. What do you think about that? And I mean, who are some of your influences? I mean, that's a unique compliment. I feel like, not a lot of people
It is.
get that.
It's incredibly kind of them to say.
Slightly humbling, I would imagine.
It is. It also helps because for a long time we couldn't. People would ask, "What kind of music do you play?" And it was really hard for us to even find a word. So, for them to say that kind of validated our sort of nebulous feelings about what our genre was.
Then you don't have to say anything. It's like, I don't know. Westward
I don't know. It's kind of like, what do you think?
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
I think that it being sort of genre defying just comes from all of us having totally different backgrounds in music and different styles, and we pushed it together, and it kind of made something that we didn't set out to do. We didn't plan any of the sound. Like I remember when Michelle and I first started playing, we really enjoyed just like having no expectations, no ideas in mind. We were like, we just started doing it it's almost like we had a big block of clay and we started molding without knowing what the picture was going to be or the sculpture was going to be before.
Right.
We started chiseling, which has been such a fun joy to do.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Oh man.
Yeah.
So have the instrumentation been the same, or have you moved around a bit?
We have changed quite a bit. When we first started, it was just Harmy and I and we had like a really terrible Casio keyboard, and we wrote our first song on that. The the beatboxing didn't come till much later. After Blair joined, we would rearrange our sets every show to be playing different instruments. So sometimes I would play piano or drums, and Blair would play the saw. So even that was sort of in that
bass.
Yeah, bass. Yeah, in that vein of like what sort of like combination feels like us. To a certain extent, when you're in that first creation stage, everything feels like you, and so it's kind of this unbound space of like we could do whatever we want, which is really great. And so the instrumentation didn't start that way. It didn't really turn into this until maybe the last 4 or 5 years, and that all happened on accident too. Yeah.
Nice accident, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, the ukulele was an accident.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, do you collaborate with lyrics and things of that nature? I mean, obviously you're playing off each other, I would imagine, and writing together.
Yeah.
For the first record, Michelle wrote half, I wrote the other half, and then Blair always writes her own parts. We never have to tell her; she can just hear it in her mind. But for this last record, I would bring the song to them, and then they would flesh it out with the beats and the piano, and I don't know. That's what happened for that record. But I think that we're gonna try doing different things. Trying to.
How many albums have you put out?
Just 2.
Great.
Yeah, but we do write well together. I think that even if I have like not even a skeleton, but a few like bones in a pile, we can kind of build a skeleton together, which we've done with like instrumental music, and if anybody has an idea about breaks or pauses, and I mean everything, every idea gets told and then implemented, and then
we try it and we're like, we didn't like
We
that,
always
or we like.
Right. I love that style of writing for sure.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's been really beautiful to see Harmony's growth too as a songwriter, and see that really shine on the last record. And there's a benefit of us being able to not have to really do anything. I mean, nobody has to do anything.
Right.
Nobody is expected to do anything. And it's good to remember that. Like, it's whatever it is you make it, whatever it needs to be in that moment.
Right. It's not forced or anything. It's not like, all right, you got to write some lyrics now. Come on.
Right.
It's a little hard under the gun sometimes.
It
does
is.
not. It's fluid, I would imagine. So, where can people find you guys?
You can find us on Bandcamp at themilkblossoms.bandcamp.com.
That's where I found you.
Yeah. We love Bandcamp. We do have CDs and tapes available and shirts to buy from our Bandcamp. And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at The Milk Blossoms.
yeah,
The
we're also
Milk
on
Blossoms,
Spotify
awesome.
and Apple.
Oh, yeah, Spotify and Apple, too.
Okay, that was my next question. Great, perfect.
That was like a milestone for us. We were like, we're streaming.
We paid for that. Shit. Sorry.
Very cool. So we have time for one more, if you're up for it, and all that. Cool. So what's the name of this last song you're going to leave us with today?
It's not on any record yet, so I think it's tentatively called Teenager.
Teenager, third album.
Mm-hmm, right.
Awesome. You can record here.
That would be pretty dope.
That would be a dream.
This is Milk Blossoms from Coupe Studios. Thank you very much.
Living like a teenager in the summer, staying up all night like I couldn't be bothered. Glamour chandelier, I've got a mind to escape to. What do you know about an open hurry after midnight down to the sidewalk. We've got a couple of things to accomplish. Steal a mannequin in the midst of a fire. No one was around to say none was up. Reading every book inside of the house, I get a rush when I realize I'm not alone. You made it there when you don't have the answers, but a million different ways to split the hereafter. A pretty girl haze is a nice place to be with a man who makes me wanna break everything. I think that I could fast from all this, and or if I never do, teenager in the summer. I'm living like a teenager in the summer. Hey!
Thank you so much for being here today. That was great. That was absolutely wonderful. It's a great way to conclude our show for the day. If you're a fan of Colorado music, please help support this program by becoming a patron of our Patreon page. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Just go to patreon.com/workitbirdstudios. You can contribute per show, monthly subscription. Any amount is great, highly appreciated and rewarded. So please check that out. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking subscribe underneath this video. I'd like to thank Jesse Albanese from Wild Acorns Media for video production on these sessions. Taylor Marvin, not Melvin, from Coupe Studios is the man engineering today's session. So thank you very much. For more information on the Milk Blossoms, what's your website address again?
You can send them to our Bandcamp.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's just the Milk Blossoms.
.bandcamp.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll put all that information in the YouTube link, so that will be in the liner notes. Lastly, I'd like to thank Jim Krasaniak and Eric Singer and all the staff at Coupe Studios for professional guidance and use of the great studio space for Work at Bird sessions, and of course our Patreon supporters, Cliff Mattis, Scott Wright, Lauren Wright, Jenny Wright, and Daniel Ellis. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thanks so much. Shout outs for gigs. Let's do that.
Yeah. We have a show December 29th at the High Dive with Church Fire, Wheelchair Sports Camp, and Mirror Fears. And then we have a show January 18th at Glow Paul with Corsicana.
I'll also put that in the liner notes. Again, thank you so much. It was a very large pleasure having you here. Thank you so much. And have a great day. Thanks for tuning into Work at Bird Sessions from Coupe Studios here in Boulder. The end.